Hi guys. Okay, so this is the task number 3. My name is Lori. So for today, I'm gonna be your moderator. I'm gonna be here with you, supporting you on this debate. Remember that the topic for today is all people should have the right to own guns. So first of all, how are you guys? How do you feel? Are you prepared?
Yeah, very anxious, very anxious and nervous because Endeavor is very controversial. The question or the topic is very controversial. For example, right now, Colombia or not, or
Yes,
Colombia or other countries.
yes, you're right. In some other countries, guns are legal. Here in Colombia, it doesn't. So yeah, we are going to talk about that today. Um, okay, guys. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna share my screen. First of all, I'm gonna let you know how it's gonna be the dynamic, how the debate is gonna work, and then after that we can start. Okay. Okay. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
Yes, teacher.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's perfect. Okay, so guys, how is gonna be this structure for today? So, as I mentioned, I'm gonna be your moderator. So I'm gonna share with you the motion. You don't have to worry about this part. Then, as you can see, we have here protein and content. So, guys, you're gonna have after I explain this structure, you're gonna have 10 minutes to organize a meeting with your partners, where you're gonna delegate who is going to be the person who is going to introduce the topic, introduce the group, and start with the first argument. Okay? So, the first group that is going to talk is going to be the protein. This is going to be the first one. Okay? So, as you can see, the first person is going to have 3 minutes to talk. Why? Because as I mentioned, the first person is going to introduce the group, is going to introduce the topic, and also his or her argument. That's the reason why the first person in protein and content, they are going to have 3 minutes to speak. Okay, I'm going to be here with my stopwatch recording the time. So I'm gonna let you know when you can start. Okay. Then, when the first person share in the on the protein share the argument, then the first person on the content is gonna share his or her argument. Okay. Then, as you can see, is gonna the next person is gonna speak also on the protein. So we are gonna interchange. Okay. First protein and then content. As you can see, after that, the rest of the group is going to have 2 minutes to share their arguments. Cada quien después de eso va a tener 2 minutos para hablar. Okay? Then, when everybody just shared their arguments and you all share all your opinions, we're going to have the QA interchange that it will be the questions or rebuttals. So, you have to listen carefully, your partners, really carefully, because at the end, when everybody shared their arguments, you're gonna have to ask at least two questions. Two questions either for one of your partners, like for example, let's say Juan is gonna ask. So Juan says something like, "Okay, I have a question for Joaquin," for example. So it can be either for one of your partners or it can be for the whole team. Like Albedo can say like, "I have a question for the con team." Okay, but you need to say if it's gonna be for one specific person or if it's gonna be for the whole group, for the whole team. Okay, so after you share all your questions and of course you answer the questions, um, as you can see, we have rebuttal. What is rebuttal? So, for example, if one have a question for Joaquin and Joaquin answers the question, and then one wants to say something besides their information or wants to, review a rebuttal that question, like refuse, like just to say something, you can do that. That is a rebuttal. It's when you ask someone and maybe you disagree or something, or you agree, you can just talk again, you can speak again, okay? And then after that, each one of you guys is gonna have 1 minute to share a conclusion. You need to share a conclusion. It can be regarding the topic, the topic for today, or you can share with us how did you feel during the whole debate? How did you feel, or how was your experience? Okay. So guys, that's the dynamic. Do you have any question?
Yeah, Lauren.
Yes.
In conclusions, is in team or each person?
Oh, each person is gonna share one conclusion from 1 minute. You're gonna have 1 minute to share that information.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, that's wonderful. Someone else have a question for me? Oh, so far so good. Everything is clear. It's really easy.
Yeah, it's clear for me.
Okay,
Yes, teacher.
thank you, Joaquin. Okay, so guys, as I mentioned, since now, please, you already share your Skypes over here because, well, we have some issues with Teams. So please um, invite your partners to a meeting. You're going to have 10 minutes, as I mentioned, to delegate who is going to be the person who's going to introduce the group and the first argument, okay? So please start a meeting. I have here that Juan, Esteban, Albeiro, Andres, and Carol Natalia, you are on the pro team. If you want, you can be here on this meeting. And please, Joaquin and Linda, share your Skypes. And please try to create a meeting so you can delegate who's going to be the moderator, or well, who's going to present the group, okay? Yes? Okay, guys. So
Okay,
you're
okay,
going to
okay.
have, okay, perfect. You're going to have 10 minutes since now. It's 10:34. So we'll see in at 10:44, okay?
Okay.
I think we are here, the three, right?
Ya, ok. Ya quedamos nosotros en grupo, estamos todos. Yo solamente estoy viendo aquí, los estoy viendo apenas a Carol y a Albeiro.
Let's go. ¿Qué fue lo que dijo ella? Que definiéramos quién es el
Bueno,
monitor
sí,
y
vamos a definir
quién va a
quién es el
presentar.
monitor y quién sería el primero en presentar el pro.
Como quieran.
Bueno, no, pues Albeiro. ¿Qué
Listo.
dice Carol?
Listo, yo arranco.
Carol, ¿qué dice?
Sí, Albeiro.
Bueno, ¿qué vamos a, yo tengo, si ustedes supieran, el año pasado un debate en el Congreso por eso, que si debía
Ujú.
regular el porte de armas o no. Eso es lo que yo tengo como para
Mm,
presentar y pues tengo unas cifras de un artículo del Tiempo, como para
sí.
ponernos de
Sí.
acuerdo y no pelear allá en nosotros.
No, pues obviamente entre nosotros no vamos a pelear. De pronto nos refutará Linda o la misma profe. Pero yo, por ejemplo, en este caso, voy a presentar, pues igual todos tenemos que presentar el PRO em, con unas ideas muy básicas, muy sencillas, y es yendo desde lo que nos propone también la Comunidad Europea hasta llegar a USA, y ya luego entonces ya como de pronto desmenuzar un poquitico, pero un poquitico si el tiempo alcanza, desde lo que Colombia lo podría asumir, desde la legalidad, que me parece algo pues no muy
Mm,
descabellado que la legalice. Pues es que,
Listo, listo. Entonces tú presentas, digamos, eso se llama contexto, desde lo internacional hasta lo más pequeño. Y digamos, yo presento,
sí.
yo soy bueno para las cifras, yo presento las cifras netamente en Colombia, ya.
ujú, sí,
Y tú,
agree with you.
Pues yo voy a dar algunos argumentos. Yo tengo acá algunos argumentos que investigué a favor. Sí, en base de lo que ha pasado de Colombia, más que todo en eso.
listo,
¿Sí me
Karen, entonces
escuchan?
tú nos apoyas, ¿sí? Sí, sí, claro.
Ah,
Bueno,
bueno,
entonces Albeiro nos presenta, hace la presentación del grupo, estamos de acuerdo con tal cuestión, y tú iniciarías
sí.
entonces el primer debate, ¿no? En pro de la legalización.
Listo.
Mm,
¿Me hacen un favor? ¿Me recuerdan tus nombres? Karen y Juan.
Carol, Carol.
Juan Esteban.
Carol.
Sí.
Yo soy
Juan
malo para eso, pero bueno.
Esteban, tengo 28 años, vivo en Medellín. Pues
Listo,
por
listo.
si va a ser un poquito más específico en la cuestión. Y
Es que
estoy
no
en
creo por el tiempo, solo
no,
son
por el
tres
tiempo, es
minutos.
que es muy cortico. Juan Esteban, Carol, a mí, ya, así, ya, punto. Y ya.
Listo.
Sí. Bueno, entonces proseguiría. De ahí
Tú
se.
tienes alguna, bueno, no, perdón, Carol. ¿Tú tienes alguna, Albeiro, presentación en PowerPoint?
No,
No.
no, yo no hice.
Bueno. Listo, no, no hay problema. Dale, tranquilo.
Bueno, entonces el
Lástima, se me
primero
fue.
sería Juan Albeiro haciendo la
No,
presentación, después sería Juan y después mi persona.
listo.
Sí,
Pero
Albeiro hace la
digamos,
presentación y Albeiro hace su aporte en pro, ¿sí? En acuerdo con
Sí,
la legalización. Después sigo yo, Albeiro nos va a dar esas estadísticas, después sigo yo
sí.
y por último serías tú.
Bueno,
listo. Yo digo que Juan nos va a hablar desde el contexto, desde internacional, desde la ONU, desde la OTAN. ¿Tienes por ahí datos de eso? O desde Estados Unidos, algo así. Y yo digo lo de Colombia, ¿y tú qué vas a decir? ¿Como una percepción, más o menos? ¿Como algo,
sí, sí,
o
señor.
cómo se vería
Sí,
Colombia con
como,
armas, más o menos?
sí, sí.
No,
Pues
muertos
en base a
todos.
investigaciones que he realizado de varias citas.
Métete por lo de la seguridad, que para mejorar la seguridad de las
Bueno,
personas
sí,
y eso. Porque de seguro que allá nos van
sí,
a
es más
atacar y
que
nos van
todo
a decir
sobre eso.
que, de allá para acá nos van a decir que se van a incrementar los homicidios, ¿sí ve? Entonces,
Sí, más
¿cómo
que
nos
todo por
defendemos?
eso que he investigado. Bueno,
Yo creo que para eso también
Bueno,
debemos estar como atentos y es que eh, sí, estamos en acuerdo con que haya legalización de las armas. En este caso, por ejemplo, yo podría decir, uno de los puntos míos a tratar es, las personas del campo pueden tener sus armas, pero ¿por
de
qué?
acuerdo.
Porque, claro, van a estar en ese lineamiento de poder proteger lo que es de ellos. Ejemplo, un animal que de pronto venga y obstruya sus espacios, un animal que de pronto esté en esa... En fin, por ahí podemos irnos porque si nos vamos un tanto por lo político, eso va a generar, digamos, un poco de desacuerdos y nos pueden atacar.
Listo, entonces tú explicas eso. ¿Y sabes cómo se dice escopeta de fisto? Que son las que vienen en las fincas que se pueden utilizar sin ningún tipo de permiso. Shotgun, no sé, de pronto, dejémoslo en shotgun. Listo. Listo, entonces cuando yo te presente, yo creo que tú vas a decir eso, que vas a irte por lo de rural areas, listo, no hay problema.
Ujú. Sí, sí,
Y
sí.
bueno, y tú que, digamos, si se nos vienen que se incremente el homicidio, ¿qué decimos? Pero no te escucho.
Ay, estaba hablando con el micrófono apagado.
Pero no te
No, si de pronto nos dicen, bueno, si legalizan las armas, se puede aumentar, incrementar el homicidio. Yo creo que aquí podríamos nosotros responder, va a existir una política de manejo o de control de armas. Esto quiere
Sí,
decir
los
que
permisos.
los permisos, exacto, bueno, están incrementando los homicidios. Yo creo que los entes tienen esa información respectiva de quién adquirió el arma para hacer el seguimiento. Se nos metió Linda.
Ya nos descubrió el plan.
Sí, no que la de 44, no.
Yes, Linda,
Salgo,
yes.
me voy. Bueno,
No, no, don't worry.
ya se
Continue
acabó el
here.
tiempo, ya lo que se fue.
Vamos.
¿Qué haciendo?
Hi guys, okay, the time's over. Everybody's here now. I'm not seeing Joaquin. Joaquin, are you here? Okay, perfect. So guys, I'm gonna share my screen again, and we are gonna start the debate, okay? Okay, please let me know if you can see it. Let's see. Can you see it? Okay,
Yes, teacher.
perfect.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So, guys, I'm gonna share the motion first, and then as I mentioned, you can just start talking. Remember that the protein is the first group who is gonna talk, okay?
Mhm.
Okay, so the gun debate is often framed as a standoff between two immutable positions with little potential to move ahead with meaningful legislative reform. So attempts to resolve this emphasis has been taught by thinking about gun ownership attitudes as based on rational choices economics instead of considering the broader social cultural meanings of guns. Despite common fears, differences in attitudes and feelings about guns themselves manifest in variable degrees of support for an opposition. So, to gun control legislation that are often exaggerated within caricature depictions or polarization, this leaves us the question all people should have the right to own guns? Okay, guys, so you can start.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Everyone hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, I'm the leader for the group who are in favor of having a gun as a right here in Colombia. First of all, I want to introduce the group. As the first person is Juan, then is Carol, and I'm Albeiro. All of we create a group in favor of having the right to have guns. In our case, my friend Juan is going to introduce statistics from the United Nations. How is the topic held in the United States and how will be held here in Colombia? So he's going to present a generalization of how is the right to have guns over the world. Then I want to introduce how is the possibility here in Colombia. I want to take as an account a debate held in the Congress with the senators. It occurred last year as a debate to sign a law avoiding the topic to have the right to have guns for security, for personal defense in urban areas, in rural areas, with indeed is allowed. And at the end, my friend Carol is going to share her perspectives about how will be Colombia safer with the right to have guns for people. We are in favor of the item. However, we know that it must be legalized with a permit, with a legal permit. That's what we think, and we are going to share our ideas to confirm what we said with real statistics and real context in the world and here in Colombia. And then we'll be open to answer any question or claim about the topic. That's it. I don't know if one of my partners want to say something to complete the 3 minutes for introduction.
No, no worries, Juan. It's not necessary. You already introduced your group. So now I want to listen the first person on the con team, please.
Okay, Juan, go.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. Hello, hello. Okay, right now, share with you my argument for the pro or agree with the motion. In this case, all the people should have to right to own guns. Okay. Mm, it's very important to understand the Second Amendment grants. In this case, a well-regulated militia. This is a very necessary to achieve security of a free state. For example, in Colombia, notice for me, it's possible to legalize the guns, no? But to the security of free state, the right of the people to kill and bear arms. This is a turn bit infringed. And this is a, for instance, the idea of having a militia of armed citizens, yeah, was seen as a necessary, this is our necessity, due to the threat of, for example, in European, a British invasion after USA gained the independence from GB, yeah, for sadly, or in this history, was important to legalize guns or the arms. Many people need guns, guys. I thinking that many people need guns for other reasons. Okay, This hunting is also an important element for rural life. In this case, the first or the most important point for me, and the right one that must not be infringed, is the people need guns other reasons. For example, is important element rural life. And continue with the argument. This is the other point for me, and very important, is the farmers, yeah, need gas in order to protect the livestock and crop for very fast. This is for example, in this case, this is rabbits and foxes and stray dogs, I don't know, etc. And people
Okay,
who live,
Juan,
my God,
your time's over. Thank you so much.
yeah.
Okay, now I want to listen the first person in the contin. Okay, who is gonna introduce the contin?
Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Hi, yes, I can hear you, Linda.
Yes.
Thank you, teacher. Okay, hello everybody, my name is Linda Diaz. And with what team we are in the counting, and we think that not everyone should have the right to own guns. Well, we have different reasons. In the first phase, we think that um, sorry, that if everybody is allowed to have guns, that will not bring peace, that will bring more violence to the country. Guns not only inhibit the crime, they make the crime more lethal. We can mention the same example that you mentioned, that in the United States, that is one of the countries with the most percentage of guns or weapons around the planet, is one of the countries with the highest percentage of homicides, and these homicides, the most of them are because of firearms, because people is shooting each other. In the second phase, my partner and I agree that it will be very difficult to the state to control, to regulate, to do adequate regulations in the possession of the use of guns. What does that mean? That yes, people would accept to guns, but it will be the good people and let's say the bad people, the ones that are homicides. Yes, these people can access to the guns right now. That is something wrong. That is not always in our country. But if the country allows everybody has a gun, it will be easier for them to get weapons, and that is one of the reasons why this will be something lethal. They will get easily to weapons, and it will be like we think that it will increase the the robbers, the homicides here in our country. We think that that is not the correct way to fight against crime. We think that people need to be more educated. People need to have more moral values than owning guns. That is not the way to solve the problem. So,
Okay, thank you so much, Linda. So now next group, please.
Teacher Con or
Protein.
okay, teacher. In my case, I don't know according this people have you own guns. I consider it's a danger for all the society, especially for people. The owner guns no necessary to the society that grow up in the economy. In my country, the situation is more very complication when the people have your owner guns. according the real situation we live now. When the government give the people the right of owner guns, that is difficult for some people because we are live take care about our guns and more dangerous and very worried because we have to take care about my guns all the times and because if you put or made that element in that in unsafe place is dangerous or that is the possibility to other people take and kill in the most case other person. In my opinion, I don't know according the people have your honor guns. That is very dangerous for the society, and of course that is no element to grow up the society and help other people to grow up or where my country need other more important activities to activities the solution on no very convenient to think about that kind of point of view. Thank you, teacher.
Thank you so much, Joaquin. Okay, you were missing some time. Now I want to listen the protein. I think it's missing Carol, right?
Okay. I am in favor of that all people should have the right to own guns because in this way criminal as we will reduce and since citizens could defend themselves. José Niño, a columnist for Gunpowder magazine in the Mises Institute, comment to the ban and was that the free carry of weapons should be legalized since it would bring more opportunities where citizens can defend themselves against the underworld criminals and terrorists. And this policy that work in the United States where gun liberalization has dramatically reduced recent years. The policies play in essential role in combating crime, but sometimes citizens cannot count on their help. Therefore, having the right to armed service as another feasible option to deal.
Okay, Carol, did you finish?
Yes?
Okay, you were missing some time. Okay, now let's move on to the question section, okay? As I mentioned, guys, you will need to ask two questions to either of one of your partners or for the a question for the whole group, okay? Please let us know if you are asking to someone in a specific or if you are asking for the whole team, okay? So any of you can start. After you ask the question to your partner is going to have 1 minute to answer. If at that time, maybe you're not able to answer the questions, then we are going to move on to the other question, okay? To another partner. So you can start asking, guys.
Sorry for this microphone. Okay, I have
Okay.
a question for Linda.
Okay.
Okay, Linda, you said as an argument that you are in con of having the right of guns. I need to put something as an example. as my friend Juan said. People in rural areas, they have their own guns. They have shotguns, and they use them as a method of defense of animals, of defense or robbers. And in rural areas, we don't have such as increase in homicide rates. So if people could live in peace in rural areas, how is it possible that we cannot live in peace in an urban areas?
Okay.
Yes, can you listen, Lina?
Okay, as you said, Alberto, I think that was Alberto.
Yes.
That situation happened in rural areas. In rural areas, you know that the things are different than in the urban. Usually, the people here that we live in the people that live in the city are we tend to be more stressed, more anxious for different reasons. That would be the reason why here that uh, that permission to own guns won't work because we tend to be more aggressive. We tend to be more at the defensive. I think that is the way to say it. I don't know. We tend to be more at the defensive, to be more what was the word? To be more kind of scared when we are in the street. So if I have a gun, I am gonna use it if I feel I am in danger. I think that is the reason why we shouldn't own guns. It shouldn't be allowed.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, teacher and partners.
Okay.
Okay, my question is for the student or partner Albeiro.
Yep, tell me.
Okay, Albeiro. In your argument, you say that people with guns could kill more, yeah? It is the case that people only kill with guns?
Sorry, would you please repeat again?
Okay, in your argument, you say that people with guns could, or arms could kill more. It is the case that people only kill with guns or arms?
Okay, let me think about it. I said that people with guns, they can keep them for defense, for personal defense. And answer your question.
No, Albeiro, no. The other
Yes,
partner.
I was
That's
about
Is
I was about to say that. Yeah, you're supposed to ask to the opposite team, of course.
yes.
So I think it was
Uh,
for Joaquin. Yeah.
Joaquin.
Okay,
Oh my
Joaquin,
God,
please.
sorry, my
No,
partner.
that's
no,
a
that's
debate.
okay.
No
That's okay.
problem. That's a
That's
debate.
okay. But
I'm
Teach,
thinking about it. Oh my
I
God, what
believe,
happened in my mind?
teacher, I believe that the kind of question is about the correction. So one sentence is not according to the idea or the pro or coins. I think in in case when one is speaking, are speaking. I believe that in that case, for that reason, don't know answer nothing. Please, Juan, please continue, please.
The question. Uh,
Yes,
okay. Partner, the question is, in your argument, you say that people with arms or guns, in this case guns, could kill more, yeah? it is the case that people only kill with guns or arms.
In that case, and that is according when the guns used for the catch some armor in the rural sites. That is according that question. But in the cities, I don't know according to that because the gun is very dangerous for the all the society, especially. Only for
Why?
sport, I
Why?
believe.
If a seat, in this case, and policy or regulation for use the arms or guns, why is the problem in this case for use in the city?
The problem is the use. But the guns is no problem. It's the people who use the guns. No, the idea is to establish certain laws in control of the use of the kind of guns, but the state put the owner security and the society only prepare about other things different about the guns. No, I don't consider with the use the guns utile for the job.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, Juan and Albeiro already asked. Now it's missing Joaquin, Linda, and Carol. So each one of you can just ask questions, okay?
Okay, teacher, thank you. I have a question.
Okay.
Uh, how would it be possible for the state to control, to regulate who owns a gun and who doesn't own a gun?
Okay, if you analyze, in most countries, those who have the right to bring a weapon are criminals rather than citizens. So why not allow everyone that use weapons freely? If in this way a criminal would think twice before committing the attack, for fear that the person who is going to attack has upon in defense their right to life. Uh, the policies can be trained to use weapons, but it's better to have a weapon with to defend yourself than to wait for the police to arrive, who are very not complain, not provide an adequate service as in you are witness of this situation. And my question for Linda, uh, how do you think that a country with the free use of weapons had more violence if the investigation had shown the opposite?
Sorry, can you repeat, please?
And why do you think that a country with the free use of weapons has more violence in the investigation has shown the opposite?
How do I say?
Teacher, can no listen, teacher?
Um, Carol, can you please try to formulate um, or try to reorganize your question because Linda is not understanding your question. Can you please try to think or try to reformulate it and ask again, please?
Okay.
Okay.
How do you think does a country win has more violence? In this investigation has shown the opposite. Opposite.
Perfect.
The opposite. Okay. Well, actually, what investigation, what document? Because I also did that research, and it shows that, for example, we were talking before about the USA, that is a country that allows people has guns, and it is a country that has a high percentage of homicides by guns. But in the case of, let me see, in the case of other countries as Japan, Belgium, Denmark, Spain, Ireland, Hungary, they don't allow people to have guns, and they have a lower percentage of homicide. So that is the reason.
Okay.
Okay, next question.
Es una vacía para sacar esto.
Guys, next question. I think it's missing Joaquin to ask.
Okay, teacher.
Yes, thank you.
My question is for my partner, Albeiro.
Okay, tell me.
Can you listen?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do you your proposal is pro in favor the owner guns? Give me one reason for the all people have your owner guns. When you have a normal life, for example, what is the reason to have a gun?
Okay. Okay, one reason is security. Let me give you some statistics. In Colombia, illegally there are 2.5 million guns. 2.5 million guns that you can buy or sell under the table illegally. And legally there are only 600,000 guns that are legally registered to the military. So if every gun would be legally registered to the military, it can be easily to control. For example, right now in Colombia, there is illegal to have guns, even though you have a permit. So how is it possible that you could go to the bank, withdraw some money, and you don't have your own security? That's one principal reason that I give you: security, personal security.
Okay, but in this case, but that is in the increment or activity of terrorism with use of that kind of guns illegals. And now I can see a lot of people kill, especially in my country. And there are another story about other country, for example, America. There is a lot of accident about for the use that kind of guns. No consider, I consider no, the people don't know how to use the owner guns.
Okay, any one of my partners would like to answer this question or not?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, right
Okay.
now, you and Joaquin are like doing rebuttal because you answer and he's asking again, so you can answer.
Okay, no problem. That's a rebuttal. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, if we legalize guns in Colombia, there is a control.
right?
Mhm.
So in United States, everyone can buy a gun, but they need to fill some requirements, physically, mental, and they need to go to a firing range to prove if they really can have a gun or not.
Okay.
Okay? So the right is for everyone, but like everything happens in Colombia, you have the right to drive a car, but you need a license. The
Yeah.
same thing happens with guns. You have the right to have one, but you need to prove that you are capable to have it. First of all, you need a license, then you need like a medical approval, you need to pass a test in shooting. So it means that you have the right, you are a good person, for example, or you need to fill all the requirements. And that's easy for the police, for the military to control who you are and what you do with your guns. Thank you.
Okay.
Teacher,
Yes.
teacher,
Teacher,
can I participate? Yeah.
Yes, you can participate, of
I
course.
wanna say
I
something.
heard
Uh,
Linda also. Yeah, go ahead.
okay. Partner Joaquin, it's very important to understand this. Gun control is okay for a change in the general policy. Okay, this is of security for example, in our country, in Colombia. This is accompanied by an improvement in security and cultural change. This is the cultural change all time. Yeah, the in this case, the educational component of the disarmament plans. This is the first component has a objective to the legitimize the role of free arms as protection instrument. For other light, this is important. This gun be replaced and but keep criminals from committing crime. Criminals will always find access to weapons or to guns, legal or illegal. This is a banning might give criminals new business. In this case, trafficking, gun trafficking. This is for that always find access to are legal or illegal.
Thank you so much,
Teacher,
Juan.
thank you.
I was, yeah. I think Linda, yeah, you have a question. You want to share something related, I think.
Yes, according to what my partner, my opponent said before, you said that a person that wants to get a gun needs to meet some requirements, right?
Yes. Mhm.
So, is it possible that someone that meets all the legal requirements use a weapon, a gun, to a bad thing, to commit a murder, an homicide? Yes or no?
I don't
I
hear
don't hear
good your
good your
question.
question.
Yeah, it was Linda. It was a question for Albeiro or for Juan. Please letting us know.
Mm, okay, let's say Alberto that was the one that made it.
Okay, okay, Albeiro. Yeah, go ahead.
The conversation. Sorry.
What?
Sorry, Linda. Would you please repeat again? No problem.
Yes,
Sorry.
okay. As you said before, that someone needs to feel the to meet the requirements to get a weapon, to get a gun. Is it possible that someone that meets that yeah that meets all the requirements to get a gun uses that gun to do something bad, like a robber, like an homicide? like a murder. Is it possible?
Of course, it is possible. Yes, but the good thing is that the police and the authorities have all your information, and that's easy to get you in prison. Yeah, of course, it is possible. We accept. Indeed, when we met in the previous minutes to get this debate, we thought about this question. And we said, okay, it is possible, and that's something to refuse, but we accept that is one condition that could be like prejudicial for us. But the good thing is that all of the authorities have your data. That's easy to track on you and to help the authorities, the justice.
Can I continue or someone else would like to say something?
Do you want to say something, Linda? Do you want to review that?
Yes, I wanted to
Okay.
say, so that means that, let's say, the dark market, because you mentioned that the authorities will have our information, right? So that means that it's gonna be impossible to get weapons in the dark market without any permission or anything.
Okay, the question is for me.
For any of you.
Okay, go, John. John, go. No problem.
Okay.
I think
Okay,
it's okay.
Linda.
One.
Yeah. Already implies that discernment plays are this is a development that not only consider restrictions on the caring and voluntary delivery of guns, or in this case weapons or arms, but also cross-cutting. This is the uncomprehensive strategies. So that takes into account all aspects related to violence, yeah, which spill over into social issues such as to promotion of development, human rights, justice, education, and health, among others. It is the regular arms control strategies can be integrated into of education through the implementation of pedagogical competence in educational centers. Yeah, this is examples, educational centers. Good reinforcement of educational in conflict resolution and respect for others. The campaigns of discernment is very important. All time or talk about the designers are also help considering violence by firearms as preventable. Yeah, finish my argument for the.
Okay. Thank you so much, Juan. So, okay, guys, now we can move on to our conclusions. Okay, please share your conclusions. As I mentioned, it could be something related with the topic about guns, or you can just share how did you feel during the debate, like your personal experience. Okay.
Teacher,
Yes.
me. Okay, partner and teacher. My conclusion is first is the debate is very important for me. That is a big problem in my country. The use of the guns of the all the. I believe that I don't have guns in all the kind of society because my country has different problem and we or I am not considered that very important to study that kind of the activity. I have to study other kind of problem my society have. with the case of the poor or the education or culture, that different activities to more importante the topic of today. I believe is my opinion, and thank you for the debate. I think one people that according to use the owner gun, for me, no, please, no use the gun, the owner guns in my country, and the future is very dangerous for all kind of people. Thank you, teacher. Thank you, parents.
Okay, thank you, Joaquin. So who's next? Remember that you have 1 minute.
Okay. The conclusion for me is the next. The government of citizens, it is of vital importance. The accompaniment and support of citizens in the measure of disarmament, this is the plan provide it with legitimacy and encourage it. This is impact. Says this is author Aguirre and Restrepo in 26 of 2006. Okay, the activity was good for me. This implies, or the important for the right on wants, this implies that transparency must be an aspect important in the implementation of this type of plans. Be guaranteed, this is by guaranteeing the destination and ultimate goal of arms or guns or weapons delivered voluntarily in addition to those sales and those delivered in agreements. I agree all time with the correct use for the guns.
Okay, Juan, thank you so much. Who's next?
Albeiro, Linda, Albeiro, Linda, Albeiro. The conclusions.
I can participate. Bueno,
Okay, Carol, go.
okay. And it was a great experience to participate in a debate. And the truth is that I haven't had the opportunity to be several, and we don't know the type of questions that they are going to ask. And it is a bit of improvisation. This activity was great. I learned a lot, and I helped me strengthen my communication skills. And the 10 on this content list me with a reflection in a lot on knowledge that I don't know, the truth is that perception that people had of the use of weapons is incredible, very interesting.
Okay, Carol, thank you so much. Who's next?
Me, teacher.
Okay.
Okay, my conclusions are about the debate activity. I really enjoy it. I like it. The fact that it's a debate with a controversial topic, it is quite interesting, and it helps us to practice our English. Not maybe not the vocabulary we have. Well, it helps us to practice with new vocabulary or vocabulary that we don't use too often. So this is a very good activity. I like it. I enjoy it, and thank everybody for helping us.
Thank you so much, Linda. Who's next?
Okay.
Albeiro, please.
Yes, Albeiro, you're the only one who's missing.
Okay, I have problems with my microphone sometimes.
Okay.
but let's go. As a conclusion, it's a good theory for practicing English, especially pronunciation, intonation, and so on. That's a good idea. We as students, we are able to promote these kind of activities with our teachers. Sometimes we are shy to express our ideas, but it's useful for us to deliver a message. Could be in con, could be in pro or something. It's essential to have our points of view and to practice. That's the idea for these debates, to practice speaking English. And for example, I didn't know that the word rebuttal, the correct pronunciation is rebuttal. I thought at the first time that it was something like rebuttal, but no, I double checked at the dictionary and the pronunciation is rebuttal. So things like this, that we don't know everything, we learn every day something new. For example, today I learned that the word is rebuttal. That's it. That's a good exercise for our practice, for our pronunciation, and for our profession. Thank you.
Okay, guys, thank you so much. You all shared your conclusions. Okay, so this is all for today. I just wanted to say thank you so much for attendance in this task number 3. And also, I want to share some feedback with you guys. I'm really proud of you because it seems, and of course, you did a great job with the research. You did a really good research about the topic. It seems that you are really like the topic, and I'm really glad about that because I wasn't sure to choose that topic at the beginning because yeah, it's really controversial. It's kind of difficult because it has like new vocabulary, but yeah, that was like a challenge for you, I think. So all of you are able to organize your ideas every time you like achieve the 2 minutes, or maybe you just sit, but it was for a few seconds. That was the reason why I let you speak. You have good grammar, good intonation, good pronunciation. I just wanted to say that please be careful with some words that were like mispronounced, like educational, like complicated, like importance, like improvement. Those like were the only words that I just heard that maybe was like mispronounced, but that doesn't affect your speech, and that's the most important. So guys, congratulations. You can wait a couple of days for your feedback, for your score on the platform. Okay, so thank you so much. I really
Okay,
enjoyed your
teacher.
debate.
Yeah, the same. Okay, teacher. Thank you for all.
Okay, thank you so
Bye
much,
bye.
guys. So bye bye. Have a good
Take
day.
care.
Be careful.
Thank
Teachers,
you.
Bye bye.
It's a pleasure
Everybody.
to meet you.
Bye bye, guys.
thank you for your time, teachers. Bye bye.
Thanks you.
Bye bye.